So what's up today? Well, these are Ponderosa Pines. Don't have a whole lot of them. I think this is more than I ever had. Well, I had about a half a dozen, and now I'm down to these two, and then there's one that is a multiple. I think the first thing we should do is get rid of all those brown needles. Wow. So this one here will be our Niwaki, or the garden variety. It's got some shape. Well, the trunk is in their place. And this one will be a somewhat neglected bonsai material. So let's get started. We don't typically use ponderosas, but I understand in certain parts of the United States they do. But we have other pines that are so much easier to work. One of the most difficult thing about this is the long needles. Just removing that one starts to open things up. So I think what I'm going to do next is to start trimming some of those branches. You can see that I removed a few more, and now I've got to get up to the top. Okay, what we have is something that's cleaned up. You can see that it has a decent root flare, and it goes up, has movement and taper. Okay, so I think what this needs is a new container. So I'll get to that next on this one. I think this one is more of a bonsai, but lost the apex. And I'm thinking of doing something fairly drastic to make it come back to becoming a bonsai. So here we go. So this was doing well until we got up to this skinny long piece right here. So what I'm thinking of doing is to cut this off and make this the new apex, or one of these. I think it's probably better here. So I'll cut it here and tie it like that, and then see if we get it to grow. Okay, now that I got that tied, just cut off the rest. So you're using a part of it to tie to, and when this is already in place, probably by spring, we could clean cut that. And I've been doing that actually quite a bit, and sure saves time. Okay, so I got this as the bonsai, and this as the Niwaki. And both of them look like they would do better if it was in a bigger container. So I'll go ahead and do that, but I'll skip that phase of videotaping because usually I end up being a big mess. Besides, you've seen it a number of times already. So basically, I'll just put it in a new container, a little bit bigger. It's the same old, same old. Just take the saw because it wouldn't come out and cut it. So we'll just kind of rough up the edges and just go into a bigger container. But it doesn't look bad. Very nice. Okay, this other one, I made it into a bonsai, and now it's in a mica pot. In terms of soil space, it's not that much different. We got the soil going sideways, and hopefully by spring I'll refeed it and get it to grow very vigorously. So what we have here are the Ponderosa Pines. And you know, around here we really don't do a whole lot of Ponderosa. Only reason I have them is my friend Steve. What he did was he owned all this acreage up in the mountains where a Ponderosa could grow naturally, and they would harvest. Well, when you harvest, you have to put back X number. For one tree, you got to put down whatever formula the arborists recommend. Anyway, so these were his little seedlings that he had gotten for reforestation. That's the only reason I have them. I was trying not to take it, but being a good friend and all, I thought I'd better. So also was kind of neglected. It's been sitting around here for good 20 some odd years. Unfortunately, Steve passed away. His smoking during the military days finally caught up with him. Anyway, so in memory of Steve, I thought I better get around to maybe making something decent. So I'm gonna put a little more effort, and hopefully next year I could shoot some more. But anyway, this has been Hero saying goodbye. So this was the Ponderosa Pine.